Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Sagar Prajapati and in this video I will be telling you about my new course, that is DataBricks using Delta tables and PySpark. Okay, so in this course you will be learning a lot in DataBricks, what is Delta tables, when to use PySpark, when to use Spark-SQL, and also I have also covered about a little bit of PowerBI, how we can expose views or visualize data in PowerBI on top of Delta table, or we can say DeltaLake. As well as I have also shown you how we can do a workflow, how we can create a workflow in Databricks. Cool. So let's see what is the architecture of this project, and then we will move to the course part. So here, if you can see, we have these sources. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. We have 9 sources. So 9 sources means one source is the API. So we are receiving a data from API. Then we are receiving another file which is present in a Pykit format and present in the Gen2 location, right? And then we have CSV file which is available in the Gen2. Then we have another CSV file which is present in Gen2. Then we have Excel file with multiple sheets. In Excel we can have multiple sheets. So here what user is giving us, they are putting the file into blob storage, right? And they are providing us a Excel file. And let's say today we have 2 sheets, right? So we have to append that 2 sheets data. Let's say tomorrow if a user put the file into the location, they may upload only single sheet, or maybe 3 sheets or 4 sheets. So we have to build the pipeline in such a way, whatever the rows, whatever the sheets we have it, we just have to append all those things in one place and put data into our raw layer. So likewise, if you can see, we have this driver, right? And then we have qualifying table that is present in Azure SQL. And then we have pit stop, which is in the form of CSV and present in Gen2. And then we have lab time, which is present in the TXT, which is available in a TXT format and available in the Gen2 location. So all those things are available in the source side, and you can see we will be doing a batch processing for all these sources except the pit stop CSV Gen2. So pit stop CSV Gen2 is kind of a streaming location where we will be getting a file on every 10 minutes, or let's say every 5 minutes, right? And we have to get those data into our raw layer. So we will also see how we can do a streaming as well as a batch processing in our Databricks. Then you can see we have this raw layer. So this raw layer will be our branch layer, right, in a ADLS Gen2. And here we will put we will source all these data, right? And then we have the cleanse layer over here where we will remove the duplicates, check the nulls, then check the data type. And in this raw layer, what I have tried to tell you is that how we can validate the data. Let's say we have a source, right? And we have a source team who was giving us one CSV file. Maybe today they will give us a CSV file of 5 columns, and let's say tomorrow they starting giving us 6 columns. Then it means the the schema is not matched. So if the schema is not matched, then we will not load the entire data. We will stop our process and will say ki, hey, your data is not correct, please provide us the correct data in the source location. So those kind of checks I have tried to put in this course. And then we have cleanse layer, right? So as I told you that in the cleanse layer, or we can say silver layer, we have a we will remove the duplicates, nulls, and other stuff we have been doing. And in the cleanse layer, I will be doing a incremental load. Okay, in the raw layer I will be doing a full load, but in the cleanse layer I will be doing a incremental load. And then we have publish, or we can say code layer. We have created a fact table and dimension table, depends on the business logic. So I did not much focus on these fact and dimension. I have just told you what is fact and dimension, but since I do not have much use case out of this data, so I couldn't tell you much about the business logic. But yeah, definitely I have told you, I have taught you that how we can create a gold layer, how we can create a fact layers and fact tables and dimension tables in PySpark. I did not write here SQL, right? And then at the last we have we have sent data files to end users. So suppose we have let's say we have several stakeholders or PO who do not have the Power BI access, or who do not know how to run Power BI, and they want the they want the end result or some metric they want to get into their email. So we try to send those data, the final data, to our end users via Python script, right, using Databricks. So here I did not use any Azure services like we can say Logic App and PowerShell and other stuff. I mean, those automation is source. I didn't use it. So I try to tell you the same thing, everything with the help of Python only, Python or PySpark, nothing else. Cool. Okay, apart from this, after the code layer, I have also told you when to use vacuum, why not to use vacuum, right? And also I have told you about the end-to-end workflow, or we can say end-to-end job of our raw layer, cleanse layer and business layer, correct? And as well as I have also shown you how we can push the code to our repositories, Azure DevOps repositories. And as well as also I have shown you, I have just given us basic idea of how we should expose the data into Power BI using Databricks and I also shown you how we can visualize the data. So I just given an example. I did not go into deep because since this is not a Power BI course, so I thought to just tell you in a brief, right? Okay, now we'll go to the course. This is on my website, right? And build real-time data lake project using PySpark and Spark-SQL with Databricks. And here if you can see, already 75 learners have enrolled in this course. अभी तो कोर्स कंप्लीट भी नहीं हुआ था, तो 75 लोगों ने अभी ले ही लिया ऑलरेडी, राइट? तो इफ आई जस्ट गो डाउन, राइट, in the module part, so first module is deep dive into Delta Lake. So here I have just told you about the, we can say, about the basic of Delta Lake. What is Delta Lake, why we use, what is the history of the Delta Lake, everything I have just shown you. Cool. So you can see, create a delta table, generate columns in a delta table, read a delta table, write a delta table, replace, when to use, replace where, update a delta table, and other stuff. Like we have multiple tables over here, right? Now you can see we have end-to-end project, and here we have 40 attachments, more than like one video is pending. I will upload it. So almost 13 hours of content is available in just one project. You can consider like it is not like a project where I'll just show you simple thing, right? So it's a kind of totally real based scenario project, right? And if I just click on it, then you can see first is architecture video of the project, what I just told you, and then understand the requirement, create blob storage, how we can create a blob storage and upload files. So all these files, data files also I have given to you. And then how we can set up a Delta Lake, right? Those things I have shown you. And then how to create a mount point, right? And then how we can read the Excel files, right, into Delta location, then improve versions, like read CSV packet txt files and write into a Delta Lake, then read SQL table from Azure SQL, read data from API, read CSV file using Spark file streaming, then add file name and insert load time, then improvements on raw layer, then we have a cleansing part, right? And then improve validation framework and create raw tables, improve replace where while writing data into Delta tables, small file issues in raw and cleanse layer, when to use, how to create a fact tables, how to create a dimension tables, set up a workflow and job in Databricks. Then we have manual run notebook job also. Then as I told you that why we should vacuum Delta tables, and set up Git repo in Git Databricks, create views and import in Power BI to visualize the data, and then update workflow. And last video will be how to send data to our end users using Python script, right? So you can see like it is around of total 15, 16, 17 hours of content, and the price is very affordable. And I'm like 90% sure if you build this project by your own, then you will definitely do good in your company, है ना? So please go and watch this course. You do not need to take it first, just go with the content, go with the syllabus TOC, think of it whether it is useful for me or not. If you think it is really useful, I'm like 90% sure if you just build this project, you will definitely love it. And you haven't find out these kind of courses anywhere in the Google. I'm like 90% sure on a YouTube and as well as on a Udemy. I'm talking about project course, not the learning course, right? Learning, maybe, like, I know that there are many instructors available on Udemy or YouTube who teaches very well in about a Spark, but I'm talking about the project part, right? So, like, I have put my 4 years of experience in this course, so please go and take this course. If you have any issue, if you think the fees is very high, I cannot afford it, okay, tell me, we will work on it, right? But at least, to be honest, the fees is not very 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 huge, as per market it's very 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 less, but definitely just go and learn. And one more thing, you do not need to get you do not need to be pro in this Databricks before starting the code or before starting the course. Yeah, if you know at least you should know the basic of Spark, right? How Spark works, what is repartitions, what is partitions, what is part files, right? Those stuff you should know. And also, you do not need to get a premium version of Databricks. You can also work in free version. Just you cannot create a scope in Databricks. Apart from this, you can do everything. And one more thing, you cannot create a jobs also, right? So I hope that it doesn't matter, because workflow is something like a drag and drop thing, right? So you do not need to do much thing. If you watch the videos also, you will learn easily, right? So chalo, thank you so much that you have liked my previous course also. And if you haven't bought my previous course, that is a build end-to-end project on Azure data engineering, then definitely you can check it out. And there already, I guess, 500 members have purchased within 3 months. So it's very good for me, right? Good news for me. And चलो, thank you, bye bye, and मिलते हैं फिर बाद में कुछ अपने नए कोर्स पे, जो कि एक और भी अच्छा कोर्स होएगा, मे बी एज्योर डेटा फैक्ट्री पे कोर्स बनेगा. एंड चलो, थैंक यू, बाय बाय.